Okay. So we're in the house today. So, where did I? Because it's quiet. All the kids are at school, and moving is so stressful. Especially like it took like 3 weeks for me to get my daughter register in school. Like when you move from what you so used to and then you see how other people operate, it really makes you appreciate sometimes um, how um, other counties work because yeah, it's just been these last couple of weeks trying to get them back into school or getting everything organized. It's just been whew. I'm so ready to get back to how things used to be. But yeah, let's finish. So yeah, I'm finding evidence that he's up to no good like usual. And so the picture with me in the black, if you really notice the picture, like I was slimming down. And I don't know why, but around this time, like I kept saying, like he kept giving all his side chicks or um, baby mamas my address. So before the whole Christmas scene, and I know my kids stayed with runny noses, so don't come for me with that. They stayed with runny noses. I just wanted to show like the authenticity, um, like just me being with my children, well, the four at that time, with my best friend, um, around them periods. It was like bliss around some of them times were really, especially when it came down to the kids, because like I said, my best friend was the one that always organized like family nights, and she did always gatherings where she would invite friends and her friends, her family, and we just all get together and have a good time. Um, so they really enjoy stuff like that all the time. So before that whole Christmas scene, and that picture where me and the black was like during Christmas time. So a couple of weeks before that, while I'm getting ready to like go to her house around this time, um, I get off of work, and when I walk into the door, like we still like talking but not talking. Like I'm already feeling like you doing something shady behind my back, so I'm not buddy buddy with you. So at this time, he has all the kids at home, and it's I think it was a weekend or something like that, and somebody had a birthday party. So I already knew that night that I was taking all the kids, because his daughter was there also, that I was taking his daughter too. We were all going to Chuck E. Cheese to somebody's birthday party. I can't remember who. But I remember coming in through the door, and when I walked through the living room, he peeps his head through out of the kitchen to see, I guess, who's coming through the door. Then when he notices me, he goes back, but then a little boy comes around the corner. Like, I've never seen this little boy before, but he looked familiar. So when I get closer, I look at him. And so when I get like closer to the kitchen, I look at him and he looks at me. I'm like, who's this? But then I realized like this is the little boy, Jay's son, the second baby mama. Um, her son is there. So I'm like, is that Jay's son? And well, y'all son or whatever. He's like, yeah. So I guess they was keeping in contact ever since like I had, gave her the number or whatever. Um First I wasn't thinking nothing of it, and I was like, oh my god, like he was taller than his pictures, and I was like, oh, it's nice to meet you. He introduced us or whatever, and I'm like, he really looks like you. or whatever. And at that time, I think he was in the kitchen, and his dad was giving him something or something, and then he went back into the room to play with my oldest son, because I think they were around the same age, or my oldest son was like a couple of years older than him. And so I was like, oh yeah, on good terms or whatever. And I guess she's gonna start to drop him off to him and whatever. So I'm not thinking nothing of it, because like I said in the beginning with her, it didn't seem like she wanted more than just for him to be a father to her son. And then again, she was gay, like she was dating a female at that time, so I ain't think nothing of it. So as I'm getting all the kids ready, his daughter, our girls, my son and my daughter, ready to go to Chuck E. Cheese or whatever, he's like asking, his dad, he's like, why can't I go with my sisters and brothers? I want to go to Chuck E. Cheese too. It's not fair, they get to go, I want to go too. So I guess the way I warmed up to him, because the way he looked at me when I was like, oh, you're gonna have plenty of time to go with us to like events like this. I don't think your mom would be comfortable, with us just meeting him. Like, that was my first time meeting him, so I don't want, I was already weary of taking, his oldest daughter, due to the fact, like I said, I didn't want nobody saying nothing regarding me, like trying to step over boundaries or trying to replace her mom or anything like that. So like, I would take her places with all of us. When I would take her to my best friend's house, sometimes we would go over there. She would go to like these little events. I would take them to the park. I would do as a stepmother should. So that time passes, and then we go into me finding all this other stuff. So during that whole where I'm wearing the black and Christmas time, things just go completely left, because this is when, like, I guess he got tired of me going through his phone and going through his social media. So because I wasn't home at a lot of times, and I started like spending more time at my best friend's house, because I think around this time her sister-in-law ended up moving to like Fort Lauderdale or West Palm, and became like a living for somebody who was like elderly or sick. So she and her son went down there for almost a year or a couple of months or something like that. So that second bedroom was always free, but we never stayed over. We just would come over, to be at my best friend's house and like get away from all the drama that was going on in my house. And so when I'm finding out all the like finding the hair and all that other stuff, and that's when I really like kind of slowed down going through his phone, going through everything, because I was just really like sick and tired of finding stuff, and then he's still lying to me about a lot of stuff. So I remember asking, like, this is where I always get spiritual and, bring God into it. So I remember asking God, like, I'm a stop doing, doing the whole going through his phone and all that stuff. I just need to know. I just need you to show me a sign, like something is going on.